So yesterday I saw a tweet from Jack Posobiec, and it was stating that American taxpayers spend 400 some billion dollars paying for illegal immigrants, for their hotels, for the food, for their everything, all of their stuff. And I was blown away. I couldn't believe it was that high of a number. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way it's that much. And I looked into it. I mean, and it's true. Migrant crisis has U.S. taxpayers on the hook for $451 billion. It's so crazy. Every day, millions of American taxpayer dollars are spent on costs directly associated with illegal immigration and the unprecedented crisis at the southwest border, sparked by Homeland Security, Mayorkas policies. The House Homeland Security Committee interim staff report states only a small fraction is ever recouped from tax paid by illegal aliens. Because they don't pay taxes. Why would they? With the rest falling on the shoulders of American citizens and lawful residents. Compiled from federal and state records, media reports, and other public information, the 50-page document outlines the taxpayer costs incurred in medical care, housing, education, and other welfare benefits for tens of millions of migrants. To say nothing of the additional costs for law enforcement. That's a good point. This report reveals in painstaking detail the dollar costs facing the American people every day that is chaos continues, both in small towns on the border and in big cities like New York. Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green told the Post. There's Mayorkas. Anyway, sorry. The bill for government care and housing could total as much as $4.5 billion per year nationwide for apprehended migrants and known gotaways who entered the U.S. since 2021, according to figures the House panel cites from the Center of Immigration Studies. Between 16.8 million and 29 million illegal immigrants currently reside in the U.S. That's a ridiculous number. That's almost 3 times the population of Sweden, which is around 10 million. According to estimates, the committee cites from the Conservative Federation for American Immigration Reform and Yale University, 3.8 million of which entered since President Biden took office in January of 2021. Okay, well, we know that that's bullshit. If that's coming from Yale, yeah, we know that that number is more over towards the 20 million mark. 13 to 20. I would say that's more of an accurate amount. Mayorkas revealed during a Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee hearing last month that more than 600,000 migrants have come into the country in the fiscal year of 2023 without being apprehended by border agents. That's in addition to another 900,000 who entered the U.S. legally and applied for asylum before being released, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection data. Biden, 80, asked Congress last month to pass $14 billion in addition border security funding to aid the processing of migrants, reimburse state and local governments and non-governmental organizations, and provide other services. Republican committee members added that FAIR also found in a comprehensive study this year that federal, state, and local costs of illegal immigration amount to around $182 billion annually, with aliens defraying just $31 billion of that cost in tax revenue. That's all on American taxpayer shoulders. According to the FAIR's report, state governments are paying $115 billion of that total, while the federal government chips in just $66 billion. By comparison, the group found in a 2017 study that the top line cost for illegal immigration into the U.S. was $135 billion. And remember, Texas was trying to solve its own issue, and Biden's administration was suing the state of Texas for stopping these people coming into Texas. Texas was trying is paying for it themselves. The federal government is paying about half of what the state is paying to deal with these immigrants. And they were being sued for handling the illegal immigration problem on the border, which Kamala Harris wasn't helping at all because she's a communist. She wants the border open. The Biden administration has barred migrants from most federal health programs, while states such as California or Illinois and cities like New York have seen their benefit programs stretched to the breaking point. I mean, Kamala Harris, she made it very clear. She literally said, "Let me be perfectly clear. Every single human being in America deserves free health care, deserves the benefits, the full benefits of being American." I mean, I added that last bit, but she wants to give them all health care. It's like they don't do anything for society. They're leeching off of everyone else. That's not conducive for a good working, functioning society when there's a mass amount of people just leeching off of everyone else. But of course, she's a communist and a Marxist, so she believes in equity and trying to give them a leg up while pulling everyone down. Everyone's just going to end up in the mud. Yeah, I can't stand Kamala Harris. Hospital and emergency room visits rank among the highest costs incurred by illegal immigrants, a fact substantiated by testimony from medical experts. And it makes sense. They come here, they go to the hospital treats them because that's what hospitals do, and then you deal with it after the fact. They don't have any money. What are you going to do? It goes on the taxpayers. Migrants often require 3 times the amount of human resources to resolve their cases and provide them with safe discharge. Dr. Robert Trenchell, Chief Executive Officer at Yuma Regional Medical Hospital in Arizona, told the committee in February, "Some migrants come to us with minor ailments, but many of them come in with significant disease." Okay, real quick. Real quick. These migrants are coming in with significant diseases, huh? And we weren't allowed to move around, and people wanted us to have vaccine cards to be allowed to live in society. Those same people are championing all of these people just coming freely into the country and getting all the benefits. All of them. You see how crazy these people are? That's insane. They just want to pull all Americans down. That's what I'm seeing. We have had migrant patients on dialysis, cardiac catheterization, there it is, and in need of heart surgery. Many are very sick. So wait, if they're getting put on lists where Americans who might need heart surgery are like getting below them, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's crazy. Many are very sick. They have long-term complications of chronic disease that have not been cared for. And we're footing the bill. I say we, yeah, I still pay taxes. People think that I don't. Well, get fucked. Yuma County Supervisor Jonathan Lyons also told the committee in September that the influx has forced U.S. citizens to travel miles away from their homes to receive medical care. Yeah, so American citizens are being not just the taxpayer part of this, right? They're not even able to get the care that they need because there's illegal immigrants that are being put forward. And because of the freaking institutions that are brainwashed by this Democrat ideology that just blue no matter who, and whatever blue says, that's what our new brain chip is. That's the vibe that they do. So they'll happily treat everybody except Americans. Well, equity. We got to take care of these. They're less fortunate. It's like, don't get me wrong. I have empathy for them, and I think that sucks that they have to deal with that life, but illegal immigration should be the case. All right? if you treat everybody, you have to take care of your home first before you can help others. If suddenly there's just an influx of people that just leech the system crashes. We can't have a functioning society in that way. Society will crumble. Education costs for at least 3.8 million illegal aliens have a limited proficiency in English, totaling 59 billion. Can't even speak English. We have seen women approaching the border in labor. I witnessed that multiple times to the point where our emergency room and our maternity ward was overrun. Imagine trying to have a kid and sorry, we have too many illegal immigrants. They filled it all up. You have to go to a different hospital further north because too many people have just come across the border to just give birth. That's insane. Several people tell me they had to travel to San Diego or to Phoenix to deliver their baby or have a regular surgery that had been scheduled that had been put off. So this is so fucked. Sorry, America. You are second-class citizens in your own country. That's what this is. You're second class. I mean, geez. It makes me think of Tommy Robinson and that conversation I had with him going on in the UK. Look at the two-tier policing system. It feels like the Brits they're second-class citizens in their own country. It's happening all over the place. What the hell? It's so frustrating to see it. Other data from National Institute of Corrections or the Justice Department show state police expenditures on illegal immigration-related matters have jumped from $10 billion in 2017 to $19 billion now. An extra $9 billion a year in 7 years. Now, maybe adjusted for inflation. Inflation isn't as bad, so let's say $5-6 billion. That's still crazy. It should be going down, not up. Monday's report also noted that 1.5 trillion economic costs of the opioid crisis in 2020, according to the Congress Joint Economic Committee, a sum largely driven largely by fentanyl imported by Mexican cartels. From thousands of dollars in property damage caused by illegal aliens evading apprehension and millions of dollars for education to billions of dollars for healthcare and luxury houses for aliens, Biden and Mayorkas' refusal to enforce our nation's laws is running up the tab, and taxpayers are the ones on the hook. This is all by plan. They want America to fall. And who is they? The communist, Marxist, globalist, Bilderberger bullshit assholes that want to destroy all borders, have a new world government. They don't like America being America. America is the bastion of freedom that's giving them the big middle finger that is stopping their whole movement, their whole plan to control the planet. That's it. It instantly, you know what I thought of when I first saw that, though? My brother was a Marine. He served. I have great respect for people who choose to serve something greater than themselves. So I respect military members a lot. My uncle flew in Vietnam. So I have a lot of military men in my family. Great respect. 22 until none. It's a great foundation. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. And it is a foundation to help veterans in need. And the fact that there even needs to be foundations that help veterans like that is a shame. America should be ashamed of itself because of that. Just that alone is a problem. And I saw that and I was like, what is the VA budget? Right? What is the budget that the VA gets to actually help the veterans? Because I think that they should be on a higher list over citizens, the average citizen. If you're a veteran, instantly you should get priority, especially over illegal immigrants, which should be at the bottom of the list always, because it should take care of the citizens first. But if you're a veteran, top of the line, front of the line, you served. I'm not talking about Tim Walls's, all right, the stolen valor bullshit. I'm talking about the real veterans. What do you think I have the number here. What do you think the budget for the VAs? Okay. Remember, $451 billion a year for illegal immigrants. Taxpayers are paying that. What do you think? It's $303 billion. The VA is getting $150 billion less money than what it costs to deal with these illegal immigrants. It's absolutely insane. That was the 2023 VA budget. $303 billion. And then you have shit like this. I don't know if that song is going to get me hit or not. This is the Taliban in Afghanistan. That's American military equipment that Biden basically gave them. Yeah, they run Afghanistan now. Yeah, they took control after we shamefully pulled out the way that we did and essentially armed them with billions and billions of dollars of equipment. Remember that? Yeah. Now they're parading around, showing off their stuff. And it turns out today's the 3-year anniversary of that. Three years ago. The worst withdrawal from a war. We've been there for 20 years. We just freaking leave. It looks like our military. Well, it's because it's American equipment. They just got it for free. The VA show what happens when the healthcare or when the government is in charge of healthcare. Yeah, and it's a damn shame. I agree. And then America goes and spends, $230 million on a pier that they used once to like help Gaza. Remember? Just like, it just makes me think of that conversation, Elon and Trump talking about government overspending causes inflation. The government treats taxpayer money as income. And that's a problem. The IRS said that. They made a statement. It was like 80,000 people moved out of Illinois. Like some of the richest people in Illinois moved out of Illinois. And the IRS put out a statement that it had lost some $1 billion worth of revenue. They called it revenue. And it's like, what the hell do you mean revenue? Taxpayer dollars shouldn't be considered revenue. You shouldn't be giving any money to other countries. It should be all going back into the system. It's like back in like 2015, there's a video of Trump and he goes on The View. Joe Rogan was showing somebody. And they're all happy and smiles, kisses on the cheek. Everyone loved Trump until they were told that they shouldn't love him anymore. But he was talking about running America like a business. And the government should be considered a business in some sense, that the money that it gets goes back into itself to invest in itself. You put your money into your business to build the business, to make more money, to build the business and make a stronger business. That's how America should be. But what they're doing is they're taking the money and giving it to other people. Probably a lot to Ukraine, which is funneling probably back into their own pockets. Let's be real. I'm so sick of this shit.